Inside Oceanside, your monthly magazine about the people, issues, and events in Oceanside.
The 23rd Annual Harbor Days celebration was another swimming success this year. And as always, one of the crowd favorites is the ever-popular nail and sail competition.
We're having a great time. We've been out here since 6 o'clock, got everything laid out. The School of Business Technology volunteer kids laid it out, and then the teams came in. Got some new teams. Hooters is here today. John Glass, who's always been here, so we got the old and the new teams. What's going to be exciting, though, is the Navy and the Marine Corps team didn't show up, so right now we have the Coast Guard teams. It looks like they're going to be winning. This is just all for the Chamber of Commerce, that's all. Bring the community together, have a good time down the beach, show off the harbor.
John Wayne's gang this year, but it's always been John Wayne's Glass. So, and this guy right here is the one that started it with me, and he's a new guy. We're bringing in a ringer rower.
Yeah. So if it falls over, it's my fault.
We're the defending champions from last year, so we feel extremely confident that we will win again. We're using what we're supplied, which is 2.5 sheets of plywood and the 2x2s. And it's all hand tools, and 2 hours to build, 1 hour to decorate, and then about 20 minutes to win. So I feel extremely confident once again.
We don't really have a name for it. I guess, we're just Hooters, just having a good time. Maybe the Rubber Chicken Express, I don't know, you tell me.
We've been thinking about this since last year. This is our first time, but we're learning from the other pros, and we're going to go for it.
If it gets too competitive, then we've always got these. And we're prepared to use them.
We got it happening.
Yeah, that's the big stuff.
This is the way. Come take a look at my partners here. Gonna be dangerous. Look out, MIB2.
Right now, I think it's kind of hard to tell, but the Vikings, he's been here a lot, so he's probably gonna do good. John Glass has won it a few times, so he's gonna be pretty good. I can kind of tell you who's not going to be very good. I think SBT is going to have a tough time. My kids who never built a boat in their life. And it looks like the Coast Guard kids here. I don't know what they're doing either, but we'll see.
Upside down, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
That's a game night game, making the split. Game night time, making the turn. Shark bait ramming.
You too can build a boat, then try and sail it in next year's annual event. So, start your nautical plans now and contact the Oceanside Chamber of Commerce for an entry form or to find out more about Oceanside's Harbor Days. Give them a call at 722-1534.
If you need to do some more research on how to build a better boat, or if you want to browse the internet, or just borrow a few books, this new addition to the Oceanside Public Library may just be the place you're looking for.
The Adelante vehicle that we have is wonderful. It's served the community well for about 13 years, but it's getting older, and we hope to update it and expand the services that we're taking out to the community. So when a grant opportunity came up with the ELLI, English Language Literacy Intensive Program, we applied for the grant and told the state library that we'd be using our bookmobile to bring literacy services and technology out into these neighborhoods and help outreach to the community. And they loved the idea, and they gave us a grant, and we worked on planning the bookmobile to fulfill all those goals.
The library offers us a way to expand our horizons in a million different directions, to learn about any aspect of life on our planet and beyond for free. What a resource, what an amazing resource for just everybody to take advantage of.
The library is a continuing education for all of us. We have an online satellite on the bookmobile. So it's like a mobile computer system, computer network. So it's not just a library. It's a little bit of everything, and most important, we are connected to the world.
Today we're here to celebrate and christen the brand new Bookmobile Library. And before I turn it back over to our MC, Debbie, I want to say publicly you're doing a great job for our residents, and the council will continue to stand behind you and support you everywhere we can.
I'd like to, at this time, introduce Valerie Rinke.
Thanks, Debbie. On behalf of Dr. Kevin Starr, the state librarian, I'd like to congratulate Oceanside on the delivery of this big baby. I'm just thrilled that we have a bookmobile that is so much more than a bookmobile. 20 years ago, this just would have been books, but you notice now it's a lot more. It's programming, it's going to be story times, it's a computer lab, it's far more than books, and really that speaks to what libraries are these days too. They're far more than books. Read, write, win. English gives you choices. Choices in life, choices to do and be what you want to be. And that's the message and the focus of this bookmobile, choices. I want to introduce the newest member of the Adelante team, and that's Juan Carlos Quesada Cespedes. You're going to be seeing Juan Carlos a lot out in the community as he's driving this vehicle out and getting to know people and making connections and finding out what the needs are. Thank you so much.
Another unique educational opportunity is sponsored by some members of our own motorcycle community here in North County. They focus on defensive driving, motor safety and awareness, and their event is known as the local Roadkill Rodeo.
This fourth annual event in Oceanside, called Roadkill Rodeo, is not intended to entertain, but to inform and almost shock the participants with the effects of drinking alcohol and riding motorcycles. Not to mention how truckers view motorcycles in their mirrors. Good safety advice from experts was on offer, some helpful to car drivers too.
And you know, motorcycles are so awesome, they're so fun, they're wonderful, but they get ugly so quick. I mean, just in a heartbeat, it changes. So it's so important that we take all the precautions that we can to be a safe rider, whether it's trained, well-equipped. Motorcycles are in good shape. We have good safety equipment on. We're riding the right way.
We have here today is a safety demonstration that involves big rig semi-trucks and also pickup trucks that are pulling trailers with motorcycles strategically placed around them, where motorcycle riders are then invited to get up into the cab of the trucks to find the motorcycles that are placed around them in the mirrors in the truck. It's a good demonstration for these riders to see what the truckers cannot see when they're out on the road.
I think the most important thing for the general public in cars out there looking at motorcycles is, you know, unfortunately, it's just a fact of, I don't know what you want to call it, physics or whatever. I mean, motorcycles are small. They can't see us as well. Just basic defensive driving and having their head and eyes up and looking for us, giving us a space cushion, letting, you know, I hate to say this word, but road rage. People get upset at motorcycles. It is perfectly legal for a motorcycle to split traffic. If traffic is stopped at a stoplight and there's 15 cars in line and 2 lanes, and a motorcycle comes up between those 2 cars or that line of cars, do not get upset with that motorcycle. Number one, he is providing himself protection from getting rear-ended and sandwiched in the end of line. Let that guy go up. Don't pinch him off. Let him go up and take that spot, and then give him a good space cushion when that light turns green.
25% of motorcycle fatalities are alcohol-related, so Friction Zone magazine's booth had special goggles that impaired vision similar to being legally drunk.
The American Motorcycle Association is actually starting their own new program called Ride Straight, where they're trying to get this information out to riders saying, hey, it's not a good idea to drink and ride. Riding is a multitasking activity, and when you start drinking, it slows down your ability to do all these tasks. It just slows you down. So you're not as aware as you should be when you're riding.
So whether it's motorcycles or cars, drinking while driving or riding is dangerous. And always try to give a space cushion around those motorcycles. I'm Janine Posel for Inside Oceanside.
Once you graduate from 2 wheels to 4, there's a new attraction here in Oceanside. Some of Oceanside's newest parks are designed specifically for our own 4-wheeled participants. Tom Sheridan takes a look at some of the most interesting parks in town, skateboard parks.
When I was growing up, skateboarding was an activity, a fringe activity. To my way of thinking, it was a lunatic fringe activity. I just didn't get it. But that's not the case anymore. Skateboarding is big. Skateboarding is mainstream. Skateboarding's on network television in prime time. And in response to that, the city of Oceanside has opened 3 new skate spots geared towards younger kids, beginners. They're located at Joe Balderrama Park, John Landis Park, and right here at Libby Lakes Park. It's part of the Parks Department's mission of enhancing lives through people, parks, and programs. We're sitting here talking with Gracie De La Pena. She's the Youth Services Supervisor for the City of Oceanside. And Gracie, you have 3 new skate parks under your supervision. Tell me about them.
That's right. We have 3 new local neighborhood skate spots, and we've added that to our temporary skate park, which is our largest facility.
We have 4 facilities in the city of Oceanside, 3 of which are known as our neighborhood skate spots, and this park that we're at now is the downtown temporary skate park. Okay. This one's been around for 2 years. The 3 other neighborhood skate spots were open in June of this summer, so they're relatively new to the community, and for the most part it's been well received by the kids.
These skating facilities are open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. until 30 minutes after sunset. They are unsupervised, which means you skate at your own risk. Yet there are rules governing the sites which stipulate, among other things, that knee pads, helmets, and elbow pads are to be worn, and BMX bikes are prohibited. Chris Bear and Isaac Cazares are just 2 of the skaters who have benefited from the opening of these skate parks.
We skate here, we skate at home, we skate stairs. That's all basically we do. I mean, this is the only park we basically go to, so.
Do you ever get hassled when you're skating outside of the parks?
Yeah, like
El Camino, the high school.
El Camino Association in our housing complex is just they're bugged because we skate.
It really helps us keep our sidewalks clean, our benches in the parks and other elements throughout the city. So it actually saves on money with maintenance throughout the city. The local neighborhood kids come out here, some of the moms drop them off, or they skate over to the local skate spots, and it's ideal for our neighborhoods.
The 3 new skate spots here in Oceanside aren't world-class facilities, but they aren't meant to be. Their purpose is to give kids a safe, comfortable place to develop their skating and riding skills. If they want something more challenging, they can always go downtown. But in the meantime, parents can be assured that their kids can come out to Joe Balderrama Park, Libby Lake Park, or right here at John Landis Park and have a good time with their friends. This is Tom Sheridan reporting for Inside Oceanside.
Another little-known resource and creative outlet for our local youth is the student radio station at Palomar College. Here's a look at one of the best-kept secrets in North County, KKSM Radio.
Pleasure from Bristol.
Anyway, that was a Block of Fishbone, a band out of LA with relatively the same members for the past 20 years. I believe they changed guitar players and drummers once, which is pretty good. And also one of the greatest bass players of all time with them, Norwood Fisher.
KKSM started in the 70s. It was started by a guy named Russ Jackson, who was my radio professor. And I went to this program here at Palomar College umpteen years ago. And now this program actually was the beginning for me getting started in radio and television. And I came to this program and got hired out of here, and I've been working every day in radio and television since I went through this program. So now it's my turn to give back, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to teach at this program, the very same place that I learned radio, and in the same position that my radio professor was in. So it's a nice kind of circle of life, giving back, where I got so much great experience. And if you tune in the dial anywhere, FM, AM, or turn on the television, you're bound to see Palomar graduates at some point.
The station is licensed to Oceanside at 500 watts. It utilizes a directional antenna. It covers most of North County quite well. We do employ directional antenna, and the equipment is, as was donated, it's all about 32 years old, so it runs quite well from day to day. But we do have 2 ways, and soon 3 ways, of reaching our listeners. The first way is AM 1320. The second is Cox cable at 92.3 FM in stereo. And the third way, soon, very soon, will be through internet streaming.
The format of KKSM is eclectic, or adult alternative. Back when we were an alternative station, our main problem was we'd have a DJ who'd be 50 years old and go on there and say, okay, that was, you know, Good Charlotte or Sublime, and it didn't sound right. And plus, we really want to reach out to the community more and broaden our demographic. So we decided to change our format to adult alternative, which will please the college. And also it's music that will be agreeable if you're an 18-year-old DJ or a 50-year-old person stepping back into the field. It's music that everybody can agree on. It's not too offensive, and you can play it anywhere. You can play it for your grandmother, you can play it for your kids, and it's just music for everybody.
On a daily basis, my job entails programming. I will every day at least put approximately 10 to 15 songs into rotation in our library, and I contact record labels, speak to their executives or AOR people, and get music for the station. I also keep track of what's playing in our playlist, and I report to the College Music Journal. We every week put in 5 ads, and we put in our top 30. We report to them, and that's printed nationally, and our station is then, put in the big pot, so to speak, and that makes the national 200 for what they call the CMJ, the College Music Journal. One of the things that we're doing right now is we're trying almost once a week to get a local band to come in, or a local artist. I talked to Cindy Lee Berryhill last week, for instance, and she's going to be coming in very soon. And she's a very famous San Diego artist. Berkeley Hart, Eve Sellis, all award-winning artists in San Diego, and they'll all be coming in to do concerts here in the studio.
The KKSM and Palomar College's radio and television department is becoming nationwide at least, famous for a success rate. I have people that I've met from LA and upper Southern California counties, and throughout the state and throughout the nation, they're going, oh, KKSM, I've heard of that. I've heard of Palomar College and the radio and television program. And we have DJs as far out of state as Las Vegas, but I'm sure that there's more all over the country that have come from this station.
Our program here is just great. It's a really good way to get into radio, and you just love it when you're here. I mean, most people do. And it's just a lot of fun. It's easy to step up and get like interns and stuff. Meg's great. She can get you into a lot of things. And if you want to do radio, you should start here.
For anyone out there listening that wants to get into radio or television, Palomar College is the way to go. If you are gung-ho about radio in specific, KKSM is the biggest stepping stone you could ask for in San Diego, if not all of Southern California, and it's the least expensive way to get into it. I mean, it's just signing up for a class at Palomar College. You come in here and you do what you love to do for 4 hours, and that's talk on the radio, play some great music, and entertain fans around North County and San Diego.
That's it for another edition of Inside Oceanside. As we finish, we'd like to salute the sailors and Marines of the 1st Expeditionary Force with a brief look at the recent Defenders of Freedom Parade here in Oceanside. If you missed the big event, or you just want to watch it again, be sure to tune in to KOCT throughout the month of November and enjoy the celebration. Thanks for watching.